Hello, it's Representative Rick Larsen with this week's weekly recap with Rick. And the first week of February on Capitol Hill has been extremely busy. The big news this week is that thanks to your pressure, the Justice Department has temporarily restricted staffers associated with the make-believe Department of Government Efficiency, the DOGE, has restricted those staffers from an illegal takeover accessing your sensitive payment information in the Department of Treasury's payment system. Now, why is that important to you? The Treasury payment system provides your Social Security benefits, it provides your tax refunds, it provides Medicare and Medicaid payment information, it provides information on payment to small businesses. You just can't let anyone access this information. And thanks to everyone who called into my office, who wrote into my office and rallied in the Pacific Northwest, thanks to your pressure, the judge took action. Your pressure is working. An unelected and unvetted billionaire should not have access to your data. It's illegal. It is illegal for anyone without appropriate security clearances to access this sensitive and very private information that's held at the Department of Treasury. Your privacy is important. So I am committed to using the tools that we have in Congress to hold Elon Musk accountable, to hold President Trump accountable, to you, hold them accountable on your behalf. So keep up the great work. Yesterday, in that regard, I signed on as a supporter of the Taxpayer Data Protection Act to stop people with conflicts of interest or without appropriate security clearances from accessing this highly sensitive private information that really recounts your contacts with the federal government. So we need to get 3 more Republicans to sign on to this bill, and we'll have a clear majority of members of Congress to support this legislation, and we can move it forward. And I'll continue to speak out against actions like this and speak for the people I represent. Last week at home, I met with the Skagit County Community Action Agency as an example, and they talked to me about the people that they serve, the people in Skagit County, your neighbors, your friends that are served by the Community Action Agency, who would be detrimentally impacted by things like the federal funding freeze. And so think about people who attend community health centers. 1 in 6 people in Washington State receive their health care through a community health center. Community health centers get payments from the federal government. If that money is frozen, that means people don't get health care. So keep all that in mind as we continue to fight for this. We're also working on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Once again, had several hearings this week. One on the importance of the U.S. maritime industry and infrastructure and shipping, and another on the growing number of drone uses, which prevents various new opportunities and great privacy and security challenges in this country's airspace. So we'll continue our oversight work on that. And the committee also received an update from the National Transportation Safety Board regarding the tragic collision, mid-air collision at Washington's National Airport last month. My deepest condolences and prayers go out to the families of the 67 people who died in this crash. There are all bodies have been identified, all bodies have been recovered. That isn't to say, though, there are still remains left to be recovered in the wreckage, and so still be thinking about the first responders and divers who are still working in the waters, as well as standing behind the National Transportation Safety Board's investigation. They will find, the board will find a probable cause and contributing factors. They will do that. I know they'll do that because hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of investigations the NTSB has done always comes down to a probable cause and contributing factors. It'll be 12 months or more before we get a final answer. Expect a preliminary report in about 21 days, and when that preliminary report comes out, I'll commit to making sure that we post it so you can review it. I'm also cautioning people to don't speculate. It doesn't do any good to speculate on the causes of these accidents. It's why we have a National Transportation Safety Board, so we can cut out the speculation and learn from the facts. And from the facts, we can develop policies to make our safe airspace even safer. Well, that's this week's recap with Rick. We will see you probably next week after another very busy week in Congress. Thanks.